My name's Mallory Jones, and I'm going to teach you how to tell time like a Roman. A few years ago, one of my friends told me she wore her wristwatch as decoration because she couldn't read the traditional analog clock with hands. I got this idea at the end of church when my pastor was mentioning the Roman apostle Paul, before also mentioning he was watching the clock so that he would let us out on time. Before this activity, there should be a lesson on Roman numerals, including what they are, where they come from, and how they work in relation to the Hindu-Arabic system. Going over skip counting along with this would be good also. This activity should reinforce Roman numerals, skip counting, the value of the hands on the clock, the value of the spaces between the numbers on the clock face. The focus of this is to reinforce the student's knowledge of how to read analog clocks and Roman numerals. Learning objectives are A. Matching Roman numerals to their Hindu-Arabic equivalents. B. Being proficient at skip counting by 5s, 10, and 15. C. Understanding the correct value of the hands on the clock. D. Identifying the value of the spaces between the numbers and Roman numerals on the face of the clock. This activity will require you to make a clock. You will use one marker, one ruler, one pair of scissors, one sheet of poster board, one battery-powered clock, one screwdriver that fits the screws on the back of the clock, and 3 large circular objects. You will need 3 of differing size so that when you draw your lines on the clock, there will be enough space to put your numbers and Roman numerals in between them. Your instructional plan is simple. You sit a group of students in a circle around a table or on the floor, and you instruct them to count by 5 to count the minutes on the clock, or count by 15 so that they can count the quarter hour. It's easy to use skip counting to teach them this. Pass the clock around the circle after each correct answer. A student holding the clock will set the time on the clock and hold up the clock for the other students to see. The student who says the quickest time for the clock will then be able to have a prize at the end of each session. They will pass the clock around the circle clockwise so that each student will have their own turn, and this game should go on for no longer than 10 minutes. Observing the game gives you a non-intrusive way of seeing which student has proficiently picked up the concept of Roman numerals and time. But as an extension, you can use these clocks later when teaching them about right angles, obtuse angles, and acute angles, because the hands on the clock can be manipulated to be either of these angles. That's all. Thank you.